David Vincent and I'm in Sankeys Ibiza in the lab. Myself and Andrew Spiro are the two people behind Sankeys, running a very traditional dance music way. Ultimately, I think that's why the Pioneer sound system worked in this club, because we're a club run by clubbers for clubbers, you know? That's what kind of makes the club a very special and unique experience. If you're a dance club, the first thing that you should think about is your sound. And the first person you need to speak to is your sound engineer. And you need to say to the sound engineer, this is my space, how can I deliver the best sound in this room? And then he needs to map it out. And once he does that, then you build the design. So ultimately, sound is the first most important thing in any serious dance club.
Basically, the system we had in here, we felt that it wasn't really covering the room.
For me, it didn't have mid-bass, and it was very kind of, it would throw one way. It didn't have the quadraphonic kind of, that Ministry impact, you know?
Wasn't enough when the room has got 2,000 people almost, so it really needed an upgrade.
They came into this room and said, look, we could do a better job in it. And I said, you know what, I believe you, know, I do believe that.
Yeah, the conversation I had with David, this was actually started like 2 years ago. David Vincent was very, very keen to introduce the sound system, the Pioneer GS Wave system, into the club 2 summers ago, and we were kind of back and forth with conversations of trying to make a way of this happening. We really kind of nailed the deal at the end of last summer, and David's vision for making that room something really, really special.
Let's do it. I said, ultimately, the sound system we've got in this room is not working, so let's go with Pioneer. And we did.
We've got 4 GS Wave stacks and then XY, XO boxes around the room, dotted in various areas.
And there was an apparent thing in that room, which was the suspended floor. You know, this is going to introduce some challenges, let's say the least. So actually, we worked with the floor itself, the resonation of the floor, like vibrating up and down. It really allowed that system to really shine with the extension horn as well on there. But once the room acoustics and the room environment actually worked in our favour, which is great.
Because of the weight and the sheer size of the system, because obviously it's a wooden suspended floor, we kind of concreted underneath the stacks just for our own kind of safety.
Our system, you know, obviously the GS Wave installation we carried out, it wasn't just the GS Wave stacks, it's also the infill speakers around the bar area. Off to the main floor where the bar was, we introduced 2 XY 122s suspended facing out from the bar, not causing the bar staff to be able to not hear the orders, etc. There was a load of factors we considered. We also introduced a double 18 XY 218 subwoofer around the bar area to try and localise that sound as a mini kind of system in itself, like from the dance floor, but equally as engaging to the person who's at the bar, expecting to be on the dance floor the same type of level. Also up around the balcony area in the fills, we introduced the XY81s, and they're all configured horizontally, and actually getting all of these boxes to align with each other with the main system. You know, the idea is a seamless walk through of the club.
Because of the size and the height, it was all about precision and clarity of sound in this room. It's really important. Now, the only way you can get away from the sound in this room is to get out of the room.
Anywhere you are in the room, it feels like you're engaged in that music, and okay, you really want to hit the sweet spot, and that's where it's going to be another type of experience. But yeah, the main thing was to walk around and not have the dead spots anywhere, and have the flow of the system, which was definitely missing before.
Just to get the full sound filling the room, you know, that's the main reason it was specified, because previously that wasn't really the case and it wasn't happening, so we really had to address that issue. The people need to have, you know, what they're paying for as well, you know, they need to have the good sound with the good party, you know, we can't miss out on one or the other. I have to say we're really pleased with how it's worked out.
Probably the most complex part of the installation was the VIP area. On a really busy night, opens up as the main room, so everyone could look down into the room as another balcony viewing point, which is fine and very easy to configure. We have 2 XY 122s in each corner of the room, and right in the centre we have an XY215 subwoofer. So this system really is just obviously aligned backwards to the first stack on the dance floor, which you can see. So the body of the system, the energy of the system appears to be coming from down on the floor. In a standalone room, it's really nice and has a great body system, and also when the doors are open and it's working as one, it really kind of pulls you into that floor, which is what we wanted to achieve. You know, for Pioneer wanting to deliver something to show, you know, Ibiza, you know, how much we've come along from every installation. We've gathered more and more information, more and more feedback from our customers, and really to work together with a venue to deliver the same goal at the end point was something which is really exciting about.
Ultimately, we want to create the best sound. If we create the best sound, all the DJs more want to play for us, the customers have a better experience, which ultimately helps the club grow, you know?
Obviously being the GS Wave installation, which we particularly want to shine in Ibiza. With Sankeys, we were very much led into the project with Dave Vincent and Olivia, who really cared and had the passion to deliver the sound system in the way it was supposed to be intended to be set up. So it was super exciting to work in an environment where we were allowed to do what we wanted with the system. I kind of formed a really good relationship with Sol, the head engineer from Sankeys, and actually I started to slowly introduce him to the Pioneer XY speakers like last summer, and you know, left him to play with the system and really kind of get the magic out of the box as he wanted to, as an engineer, you know, would. You know, I'm there to help him, but he needs to be the one who realises what the potential is.
Well, we both kind of discussed it and went through the whole procedure together with regards to positioning, where we should have everything, what kind, where the amps, what amps. And yeah, we both came to a common agreement, and that's where you're seeing it now. That's how it's been put in. My first reaction, absolutely amazed at how it sounded.
For me, the objective was to have the best sound system on this island. You know, for people to come here and go, oh my God, have you heard the Sankeys sound system in the lab? It's absolutely ridiculous. I truly believe that we achieved that objective.